and gentlemen, welcome to Kaumu. It's a historic site, and I warmly welcome you here. This is my first time to be in this compound, so you have opened the gate for me to come and enter the compound today. I have never been here because you can't easily come here. So the people who have been able to open this compound and be allowed to sit here, I think you are. Today is the beginning of a new journey. Engineer Chiwuka, where are you? Do we have like screen? Because you are jumping on to Professor Nwagaba, but we are the ones who requested him. So give me the Chiwuka, give me the history. The history, what followed another one? No, not that one. By the technical group, mainly National Planning Authority, NADS, NAGRIC. They had taught me technical words and technical languages if you are presenting. So 20th, on the 6th of January, when the president was walking on foot here in Luweero, because I couldn't walk with him because I'm very lazy, as you can see me, I looked for a way of provoking him into thinking. So I sent him this brief about the successes and challenges of NDP 1 and 2, and then launching 3. I was looking at clarity, whether he has clarity on the objectives, programs, and strategies of NDP 3. I went through the successes of area programs, and we were finding a lot of debate, not on the rest of the story, but on the political and other freedoms. There we used to have a lot of debates. People don't think there is enough political and other freedoms, but for us, we believe they are there. Then favorable macroeconomic policies. I went through all of them. He took his time to read through what I had sent him, and it earned me the most serious rebuke. You know, when you are rebuked. And I had just turned 60 at that time. That letter is not a letter, it's called a rebuke in proper English. Mister, go down. You first show them that it came from State House there. 17th March, he answers me. Go ahead, go up. Clarity on the goal, objectives, and programs of NDP 3, economic takeoff and transformation. Because that was Mzee Kasaija's words. So he said, that one will be like that. So I saw note sent by you on the 6th of January 2020 on the clarity of NDP 3, full stop. I have not read that plan yet, full stop. However, know what Uganda needs, full stop. For me, I had wasted a lot of real. I thought I was going to be like earn a promotion. Instead, I earned this one. So he said, I have talked about this many times. I, for instance, can refer you to the speech I gave to SEC meeting that took place at Mr. Tumsime's Hotel of Igongo at Biharwe on the 23rd of December 2018. The speech is hereby attached. Also, the address to the NRM National Delegates Conference of January 2020 booklet attached. Read those speeches and compare with that plan. I will also read that plan. So I told him, Zay, I'm not a member of SEC, so I'm not privileged with this information. He said, just to read. So I opened the documents. And in those documents, it's a long document. He gave it, it was one of the most well-written situations, but here we summarized the 6 questions that he asked. The 6 questions in Severomics are a serious revolutionary discussion about the economy of Uganda, or indeed much of Africa, should include the following questions. What was the economy of Uganda like in 1900 at the dawn of colonialism? What was the economy of Uganda like in 1962 at the sunset of colonialism? How and what was the magnitude of the collapse of the economy between 1971 and 1986? What therefore was the economy in 1986? Very, very basic questions. What is the economy of Uganda today and why? And then what should the Ugandan economy be like when our country is a fully modern economy? Then he said, since in modern economics we talk about 4 factors of production, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship, we should ask ourselves the following question. What was the state of these factors of production at each of the 5 stages that we have already gone through? And what will be the state of these factors in the 6th anticipated stage? Then he adds on knowledge, and he emphasizes market. And then because it is a long lecture, after he poses those questions, then he says, these were the solutions which the NRM used to take that economy which was under the table, below the surface, upwards. But before I get to these ones, I want to appreciate General Angina, because for me, when we received this one, I was busy. So I told him, Mzee has rubbished all our input on NDP3. He has asked us to read. When he started reading, he couldn't stop reading the messages. So we looked, and immediately around 2020 there, early, he published another paper called The Vulnerable and Real Economy and the Vulnerable Economy. Then we went and read through, searched, and we saw his speech on the integration of East Africa. Then we saw another document. There are like 5 works which we compiled. I asked Charles, because I was in Gulu, asked Charles, take pause, you compile all those documents into and code word them Musevenomics, because this is purely out of my scope. So he did that, and they launched this publication on 9th October 2020 at Independence Day at State House. Now, after the launch, I was not able to answer these questions myself. So, you go through number 1 is security of persons and property. Number 2 is privatization and liberalization. Number 3 is the return of Asian properties. Number 4 is diversification of crops, market integration, introduction of UPE and USE, cost of doing business, corruption. On that corruption, when you are reading the main text of the paper, he thinks that he couldn't fight corruption with us, the peasants who came with him from the bush, because we didn't know how to write but now he has accumulated a big number of educated people whom he is going to task, and they will do that. But we warned him that those guys, those new ones, these they could easily be worse than even us, because for them they know how to steer through the law and using the computers. For us, you would steer, and they would tell you, they would catch you, and they would say, you have stolen, I have stolen, Chiboko. Go home. But this one, so that one, I don't know. You will read it in the main text. Then number 9, skills development. He mentioned it. Number 10, shifting the people in subsistence into the money economy. Number 11, unemployment of the youth. So he says, hence our economy of the 4 sectors, commercial, agriculture, manufacturing, services, and ICT, they will absorb and render useful all the active population. And I think that's where we are headed. So when I got this, that's why although Charles is in the diplomatic service, that's why I invited him, because he's the one who wrote the citation